Boosts in this game seem to be a double-edged sword. On one hand, they are insanely good, but then sometimes they can be really frustrating. And in the case of the new Retro Replay promo, they are a little bit frustrating. And the reason for this is all of these guys are giving out position boosts. They're not team boosts, they are solely to position. Now, the reason why this is a slight issue, I do understand why it's still going to help a lot of people's teams. Even on my second account, if I got any of these guys, it would help my team overall, just because they are at least giving out a boost when not every player on my team does have a boost. However, out of most of the people who are playing the game, a lot of them have really high overall teams and have got players giving out insane team boosts. Now, these guys, yes, they are high overall. They are 105 and you got a 107 Grandmaster, but those boosts won't make them as useful on your team as some of the other guys giving out team boosts. So I do understand why they're still useful, but I still understand why they're not useful as well. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, as it were, with these position boosts, because we kind of got it so that at the beginning of the season, you weren't getting any masters giving out boosts at all. And then bit by bit, you got a couple of masters giving out position boosts, some gold boosts here and there. And then you turn things up a little bit to get into team boosts and getting some gold team boosts. Then you had elite position boost and then elite team boost. And then you would just get to a random point where you have a load of team boosts. And now we're coming back to these gold position boosts. And that's where, in my opinion, it doesn't really work. I think obviously there has been a couple of mistakes along the way, like some of the conference semi-final masters. They were all giving out team boosts when they probably weren't meant to. It was probably meant to be a position boost. And I do understand that mistakes are going to happen along the way. You can't really change some of that stuff. But if we had this plan going forward, like into a whole new season, you start off the season saying, right, after about 2 months in, we're going to have these gold position boosts. And then after 3 months in or 4 months in, you're going to have elite team boosts. And then after that, you're going to have ultra team boosts and then royal team boosts at the end of the season. I don't know whether that's the plan at all. I have no idea, but it would be nice if we could have this sort of progression going throughout, because yes, it's there underlying. You can still have that progression, and we've seen that this season, having that slight progression. We seem to be getting a big progression and then dialing it back down again, then another big progression and dialing it back down again. And for example, we had a big progression with the sharpshooters promo with some guys giving out insane team boosts. Maybe some of them weren't meant to have elite team boosts on them, but they happen to have that. And now we're dialing it back in again and getting some of these masters, where the format itself is an amazing format. Like the promo format itself, everyone sort of loves it. It's a very fan favorite format. It was the Lone Warriors one, which was really good, and you could get yourself the Grandmaster free to play. Now, obviously, the last 2 times we've had this promo, it was the Play with the Patriots one and this new Retro Replay promo. They have been slightly shorter, so you can still get the Grandmaster no money spent, but you're gonna have to spend about 600 NBA cash unless you get lucky enough with some of your packs, which still makes it doable. It's still a fun and easy grind to be able to get these masters, but it's that reward at the end of it. You're not really putting a huge amount of effort to be able to go ahead and get these masters. It's not the tough stamina grind. It's about 1,650 every single day, which can be tough. It can also be pretty easy. It's nothing horrendous like Sharpshooters promo where you're having to spend a ridiculous amount of stamina. So it is a nice light grind, but at the end of it, you are getting a low reward. And you look at the Lone Warriors promo, those guys were pretty decent. Some of the masters were pretty good, but the fact that it was a new promo format kind of made up for that. The second time, the Play with the Patriots promo, some of the guys were giving out team boosts and they were very good. So it made for a relatively low grind for a medium to high reward at the end of it. Whereas this one is kind of like less of a grind and then you're getting out a low reward at the end of it, which is a little bit unfortunate. Obviously the format is pretty nice. I still don't understand why you get 96 overall select packs. Like, it doesn't really matter which 96 you pick. It's the 101s that actually count which ones you pick. So I don't really understand that, but that's something really minor. Again, you've got a good range of different masters from different playstyles, of course, because there's each 3 sections corresponding to a different playstyle. We don't actually have a small forward with this promo at all. You got a couple of center cards, you got some point guards, some shooting guard, a power forward, but you don't actually have that small forward spot, which is a little bit interesting. But the main downside with this promo is, of course, the boost. And that is the big point when it comes to the promo, because on some promos, the boosts are absolutely amazing. Those are the high point of a promo, but they can also be the downfall and the main negative factor when it comes to looking at a promo. A lot of people would still think this is an amazing promo just based off of that free to play ability, as it were, just because like you can definitely get yourself a master no money spent. And that again depends on what you look at when you're looking at a promo. Is the top thing you're looking at whether you can get that master no money spent, or is the top thing you're looking at, are those masters any good, or is the grind going to be fun? Any of these factors, lots of people have different opinions when it comes to looking at a promo, because I know plenty of guys who would happily say if you can get the master no money spent, it's an absolute 10 out of 10 promo. Whereas other people would say maybe if you could get the master with a little bit of grinding and the masters are really good, that would make it a 10 out of 10 promo. And some people would be like, no matter what the masters are or how free to play it is, as long as the grind of you being able to play through the promo is fun, that might be top of my list. And a lot of people have different opinions when it comes to what makes the best promo in NBA Live Mobile. And speaking of other people's opinions, I asked you guys as usual on my Discord server. The link to that as usual will be in the description down below, and my YouTube community page, what you guys thought of the promo. And we'll start off with a comment that says, W format, L cards, 3 out of 5 stars due to the lack of good boost. And that is the reoccurring theme with this promo. A lot of people do see it as pretty good promo just based off of that format, knowing it's free to play, knowing what you can get out of it. But again, it's those players at the end of it that doesn't really make it worthwhile for me personally going through. As I said, there are plenty of people who would look at this promo and think those 105s, that 107 Hakeem are also gonna help my team out quite a lot. And I do see that it's got to cater for everyone in different abilities, different places within the game, as it were, like where your team overall is at. But a lot of people, for me, I don't think would need some of these masters. Another comment says, love the format, one of my favorite from this season. Masters look very nice, and a free-to-play Grandmaster is great to see. Overall, I think this promo is a 9 out of 10, and that is a very strong rating for this promo. I don't think it'd be a 5 out of 5 stars, as it were. I think it'd be about 3 to 4 stars for me personally, but a 9 out of 10 is a very positive review for this promo over here. I do understand that having that free-to-play Grandmaster, at least you're getting a Grandmaster that is free-to-play. It might help some of your teams out with that elite post-monster boost. That is still going to be useful for a lot of people's teams. Some of them have dunk packages as well, which might be fun to go ahead and play through. Another comment says it is a pretty cool format. Masters aren't that bad. Free to play and faster grind, as you can get like a 100 overall every single hour, and you can get a bunch of players really quickly, and that's what makes this promo format really, really good. And it's a really fun grind as well to try and get these guys, because you're getting a load of points. You can then go and get some packs. You can then exchange those players for high overall players pretty quickly in the sets themselves. There's lots of stuff to work with and a lot of different parts to it, which does make for a pretty fun format. No one can argue with that. The format itself is a really good one. Another comment over here says 10 out of 10. Everything can't be a team boost. EA screwed up making many team boosts. This game is designed for people to spend money. If you want a team boost players, it's going to cost you. Otherwise, take what you get and stop complaining. Now, this is an interesting review saying it is 10 out of 10, and obviously hinting at the fact that EA did screw up with making a couple of team boosts when they probably weren't meant to be team boosts, or weren't meant to be as good a team boost as they were. And again, this is probably a viewpoint of a lot of people who are thinking, because the Grandmaster is free to play, it makes for a great promo. But there has been other promos that have had a great free to play master. Say, for example, the Sharpshooters promo. The 3 masters that you've got to be able to get them, they weren't intentionally meant to be elite high flyer boost, but they do make for really, really solid boost. Even if they were gold boost, they'd still be amazing boost, as it were. The Grandmaster itself was a decent one, giving out the elite shooting boost, mint condition as well. Those were great ones, free to play. And then you get a spenders event like the Cover Stars promo, where you're giving out ultra platinum boosts at the end of that one. Those are +6 to get those guys, and you're still getting a team boost and no money spent. But obviously, you've got to take what you're given, and this is a good thing still that you're getting some masters no money spent. Because if we had this promo format, let's say, and the Grandmasters were the same, but it was, say, the Notcha Latina format, lots of people would be hating this promo so much, because the Grandmasters would be pay to win to get, and they wouldn't even be worth it to try and get pay to win, in my opinion. So I do understand that it is a free to play format, which does make it pretty fun and easy to go ahead and grind. Another comment says, is this promo time wasting or time consuming? And that's a little bit of an interesting question, because if you think about it, time consuming, it's not really time consuming. It's not going to take you that long to play through all of the events. Yes, it's a little bit tedious playing through 20 events, but they are only 25 stamina, so that isn't too much, and they're just drills. That doesn't take too much out of you. On the time wasting end, here's an interesting one, because you're either thinking, well, is it worth me going ahead and playing through all these events just to go ahead and get myself a Hakeem? And I'm thinking, if you've got nothing else to do, you might as well just do it, because you might as well get yourself that Hakeem Elijah one. At the end of the promo, when he's auctionable, you might be able to sell him, make a couple of coins on the auction house from all of the 105s and the 107s required to get him. You might make a couple of coins here and there. So I don't think it's necessarily time wasting, because again, it's not really going to take you a huge amount of time or effort to be able to get the guys. So I don't think it is necessarily time wasting, as the Masters can still help you in some other way. So that's going to be it for my promo review. Obviously, a little bit of an interesting one. I might be on the more harsh side or negative side with this promo over here as my viewpoint, but you guys might think otherwise and think it is a great promo. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this promo. And if you're on your way to getting Hakeem Elijah one and you're stuck a little bit and you want some extra tips and tricks, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner. I went through all the different ways to help you get this Hakeem completely for free. So go check out that video, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.